Thinking about moving to Oklahoma City and thinking about living in Oklahoma City, and you're wanting to know more about the cost of living in Oklahoma City, this is the right video. And what better place to talk about it at than the state capitol. So let's go ahead and get in today's video, the cost of living in Oklahoma City. And we're filming at the Oklahoma State Capitol, located in downtown Oklahoma City. Let's go ahead and get into it right now. All right, so when you're thinking about utility cost in Oklahoma City, your water bill is roughly going to be around 65 bucks, depending on how much laundry you do, how many kids you have, if you got a swimming pool, stuff like that. But roughly 65 bucks. And well, I believe they just did a rate increase, probably $65 to $85, depending on how much water you use. But that includes your water, trash, and sewer. So for utilities, when it comes to water, trash, and sewer in Oklahoma City, guys, unless you're living on one of those houses in Oklahoma City that have land, because Oklahoma City's huge, you could be living on a house with well and septic where you wouldn't have water, trash, and sewer. You just have trash in that instance. But water, trash, and sewer, living inside the city, standard 322, standard side household, guys, you're probably looking at around $65 to $85 a month when it comes to water, trash, and sewer in Oklahoma City. Now, internet costs can be totally different depending on the provider that you use, because Cox is going to be they all have their introductory rates. So AT&T and Cox, they'll have their introductory rate for like X amount of months per year, and it's pretty affordable. But then once that introductory rate, in my experience, guys, you gotta call them and verify this on your own, but in my experience, once that introductory rate goes bye-bye, it gets expensive. But starting out, they're gonna put you around $85 to $100 a month, depending on how fast of upload and download speed you need with your internet. But if you're not doing videos and introducing to people to Oklahoma City and the Oklahoma City metro area like I am every day, then guys, your internet wouldn't be too expensive. I'd say $100 tops. But if you're using a gig up and a gig down, pay attention to that introductory rate, because as soon as it's gone, from other customers that we've helped move to Oklahoma City and the Oklahoma City metro area, that cost goes up. And in my own experience, Cox did the same thing to me. I went ahead and lowered the tier once my costs went up. So roughly around 100 to 135, I believe $100 to $135 is your Cox internet when it's super expensive. And then AT&T will fall in line. And then T-Mobile, I've had some customers who are really enjoying T-Mobile and their internet. I think it's roughly $70 a month for their internet, and they've had real good success with having that I think it's called 5G internet in their house. So check out all the providers. You'll want to shop it around just like you do for your home insurance. And that's a great segue to talk about home insurance cost in Oklahoma City and the Oklahoma City metro area. All right, talking about home insurance costs, guys, I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna tell you like it is. It is expensive. Kansas and Oklahoma have the most expensive home insurance in the whole union. So of course, when you're living in Oklahoma City, in the very middle of Oklahoma, you're gonna have expensive home insurance. Now, why is that, Josh? Because of wind and hail. We have tornadoes and we have hailstorms, guys. So the cost to repair a roof is expensive. If you've got like a 1,500 square foot house, you're looking roughly $12,500 probably for a standard roof repair or roof replacement. So if you're from another state that doesn't have high homeowners insurance costs, guys, something you're gonna wanna budget. It's something you're gonna wanna prepare for, because home insurance is expensive. On a $200,000 home, you're probably looking at $2,250 a year on homeowners insurance. But keep in mind, just like internet, home insurance companies may have also an introductory cost. So pay attention. Every year, your taxes are going to be raised and your homeowners insurance is going to be raised here in the state of Oklahoma. So pay attention to that introductory rate. Whereas if you've been here for a year and they adjust the rate, you're going to want to shop around your insurance. Everyone do their own due diligence, verify, but around $200,000 house is going to carry around $2,250 a year on homeowners insurance. I feel so little next to this building. This is our state capitol, guys. This is crazy. And when you're living in Oklahoma City, you can come visit it anytime you want. Well, when it's open. when it's open to the public. It's not always open to the public. Like right now, Google says it's closed to the public, but this is an intimidating building. This thing is huge. But you're here for the cost of living in Oklahoma City, and that's what I want to chat with you more about, not about this crazy state capitol building that's right behind me. All right, let's talk about what else is up we could talk about. Eating out. Let's talk about eating out in Oklahoma City. I think it's affordable. If my wife and I go and we leave the kiddos at home, I think it's pretty affordable. We don't drink though, guys. So for perspective, if we're framing of our conversation with each other, my wife and I, we don't drink. I was walking down those stairs. That's why I kept looking down. My wife and I, we don't drink. So when you're talking about eating out in Oklahoma City, guys, I'm gonna say probably 50 bucks for 2 people to have a nice dinner. And that's with an entree or an appetizer. That's with an appetizer. I'd say 50 bucks. And what my wife likes to get is chicken fried chicken. If we're eating out at a restaurant that serves chicken fried chicken, and then if we're at like a Mexican restaurant, she likes to get the chimichanga, and I do too. So in perspective, at a restaurant where they serve chicken fried chicken, that's the plate she gets with the okra and the mashed potatoes gravy. And then what I get is I get the hamburger with the fries and the tater tots. You guys know I need to exercise more and stuff like that, because I'm probably not going to stop eating, but I do need to exercise more. But when you're looking at 50 bucks, what does that buy? When my wife and I go to a restaurant that serves chicken fried chicken and hamburgers, that's what it buys. And we're talking a sit down restaurant, you know, wait a little bit to be seated, servers serving you drinks, that style of restaurant. And then when we go to a Mexican restaurant, we both get chicken chimichangas. She gets the chicken chimichanga meal, and I get 2 chicken chimichangas a la carte. That's what I get. And then we both always get water too, so keep that in mind too. So that's 50 bucks with the meal, with water, and a tip, and an appetizer. So cost of living, when we're talking about eating out, that's the numbers on eating out for a husband and a wife in Oklahoma City, in the Oklahoma City metro area. Recreational activities. Things like going to the parks. Oklahoma City has a ton of free parks. It has Scissortail Park. It has Lake Stanley Draper. It has Lake Hefner. It has Martin Nature Trail. It has the Myriad Botanical Gardens. It has the Wheeler District Park. It has the River Walk. It has the Bricktown Canal Walk. It has tons of different parks. So for free stuff to do, you've got lots of it. In Oklahoma City's Parks and Recreation Division too, they've got tennis courts all over town. They've got dog parks all over town. They've got walking trails all over town, guys. So when it comes to recreation and outdoor activities, there's a park right behind Lake Hefner. I can't think of the park's name right now, but it's got bicycle BMX trails that you can ride your bicycle BMX trail, bicycles on the BMX off-road trails. There's lots of cool stuff that Oklahoma City offers free just to enjoy. If you want to do paid recreational things, a trip to the zoo with a husband and wife and 3 kids is roughly around 50 bucks to get into the zoo. And then we bring our own water and stuff. We don't buy any of the zoo food. But if you want to go to the historical museum, last time I went there, I can't remember how much it was, but it wasn't too expensive. It wasn't too expensive. The historical museum is right next to the state capitol. It's just right over there. And then you also have places like the zoo, places like, what is that place? The Cowboy Hall of Fame. Now that's a little expensive. Going to the Cowboy Hall of Fame, if I remember right, it's been about 3 years since I went there, and it was my wife and I and 2 kids at the time. And the Cowboy Hall of Fame was kind of expensive. It might have been $100 bill. It might have been $100 bill, but I'll put those rates right here so that you know what the rates are right there. But the Ferris wheel, the Wheeler Ferris wheel, last time I rode that, guys, I think it was just $5 a person. $5 a person to go around the Ferris wheel. How fun is that? You know, get to see all of the city and things like that. But for recreational purposes, the free recreational stuff, it's free, guys. It costs nothing. Watching my last video on the Bricktown Canal, how much fun was it walking around Bricktown Canal just talking to people, guys? I might have met a future real estate agent while I was walking around bringing the Bricktown Canal to you guys. How cool would that be for you to work with him when you're making your purchase, when you're moving to Oklahoma City? Because that's what we do. We help you learn about Oklahoma City, and then we help you buy your house in Oklahoma City too. So recreational cost, super affordable in Oklahoma City. You're gonna love it. All right, guys, at the time of this video, I just double checked it. The average cost of a house in Oklahoma City is $198,000. That's mind-blowing. That's mind-blowing. When the average price of a house nationwide is over $400,000, you could buy a house in Oklahoma City for half that. Housing is super affordable when living in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And that's your typical 322 on a typical lot, guys. The 322 on a typical lot. If you need something like a house of 5 acres with a shop, guys, you could buy those roughly around $400,000 right now. You could get acreage with a shop, with a house in Oklahoma City at the time of this video, roughly around $400,000, depending how long of a commute you want. The closer you get to the city, the more expensive it is. The further you get away from the city, the less expensive it is. If you don't have to live right in Oklahoma City, guys, and you're willing to drive an hour, maybe an hour and a half to downtown, or you work remotely, and as long as you've got good internet, guys, you could get 40 acres, a house and a shop, for $500,000. At the time of this video, there are some 40-acre parcels available with a house and a shop near the Oklahoma City metro area for less than $500,000. What could you do with 40 acres? Could you have a dirt bike trail? Could you have your own tennis courts, your own pool? You know, what could you do with 40 acres? Would you just like create a nature preserve where you just go out there and have different workstations to work out of every day? Buying a house in Oklahoma City is another reason so many people like you are thinking about moving to Oklahoma City, because it's so affordable. And our state legislator, they just recently passed this bill that takes broadband internet throughout all of Oklahoma. They are incentivizing companies to bring in broadband internet to Oklahoma to build out that network of technology, that network of connectivity, guys. So if you're looking for affordable houses, then you absolutely are probably smiling right now at the cost of living video that I'm doing on Oklahoma City right now, because the cost of housing is so affordable. Am I right? Am I right? Comment down below if you're like, no way, dude, no way can you get a 322 for $200,000. That's something that you'd want to live in. You absolutely can. Comment down below if you think I'm crazy. We'll have a Discord on the comments, and then I can show you stats. You'd be like, dude, sign me up, let's go buy a house. And I'll be like, that's what we do. That's what the agents and I do. We help people when they're moving to and living in Oklahoma City, sell their Oklahoma City house or buy an Oklahoma City house when they're moving to Oklahoma. And of course, guys, yes, I service the whole state, and the company I work with is in 24 different countries. So if you're thinking about moving to Spain, you got to give me a call too, so I can connect you with a great agent in Spain to help you buy your house in Spain, not just Oklahoma City. It's totally cool, and we're here. We've got your back with all your real estate needs when you're moving to Oklahoma City. All right, guys, let's talk about automobile cost, grocery cost, and like automobile maintenance and automobile insurance. Let's talk about those costs right now. And the reason I'm looping grocery costs into automobile costs, because if you live in Oklahoma City and you have internet and you have everything around you for recreation, you may not need an automobile because of public transit and because of the walkability when you're living downtown Oklahoma City. If you're living in Northwest Oklahoma City, South Oklahoma City, North Oklahoma City, one of those spots, you may not have the same walkability. But when you're talking about cost of living in downtown Oklahoma City and the walkability of it, that's why I looped in groceries, because you may not need an automobile at all. So let's talk about that right now in detail. If you live in downtown Oklahoma City, guys, depending on where you work, you may not even need a car. You may not even need a car when you're living in downtown Oklahoma City. If you're living around the state capitol here, if you're living over there in the OU Medical District, if you're living in Bricktown, if you're living in Mesta Park, if you're living in Heritage Hills, if you're living anywhere around Oklahoma City University, you may not need a car, guys. So how much money would you save not having a car payment? Okay, you could literally walk to everything you need. And with Amazon, Whole Foods, food delivery, you don't even need a car to get your groceries anymore. We've got Kroger's food delivery and Amazon Whole Foods food delivery here in the Oklahoma City metro area. If you're thinking, well, what about grocery stores? it'll be delivered at your front door. When my wife was pregnant with our second child and our third child, my life changed when I realized that I had Amazon Whole Foods delivery and when I had Kroger's food delivery available for my needs. Because when your wife is pregnant and you're working dad and you're also taking care of a little 2-year-old, guys, you don't have that much time. You don't have that much time. So to be able to shave time by just having your food delivered right to your front door in the mornings, come on, that's a no-brainer. And guys, a family of 5, my wife and I, we spend roughly $400 a week on groceries. Now, that also feeds a family of 5 who the kiddos have gluten intolerance because the government's trying to kill you with the food that the farmers are making. Hey, look it up, don't take my word for it. And then we also have 2 dogs. One is a massive dog. I actually bought her just because of her her ability to be protective and caring, and then also vicious. So when I'm not home, she's an amazing guard dog. I love her to death. She gets all the treats in the world. And then we've got this really cool like pit bull greyhound mix. She's scarier than the dog that is more tenacious than her. It's crazy. It's crazy. I love my dogs. But that's family of 5, 2 dogs, and 6 chickens. That's what that covers. $400 a week. So when you're thinking about groceries, you're thinking about pet food, animal food, stuff like that, $400 a week takes care of us, guys. And of course, we're buying the more expensive organic non-GMO food because of my kids' gluten intolerance. So transportation and food all in one right there. Going back to transportation, when I get an oil change at Walmart, I got an oil change and 2 tires at Walmart last week because I was showing some new construction homes, and of course I got a nail in my tire where it couldn't be fixed, so I had to get 2 new ones. But it's okay, I was due for it. Less than 300 bucks. Less than 300 bucks. I got an oil change and 2 new tires at Walmart. When we take the family car in, they always have maintenance for me to do, so it's usually like 500 bucks every time I take the main family car in. But that's an oil change and then something like fuel injector cleaner or some sort of transmission flush or some sort of power steering flush. They've always got something for me to buy when I take the main family car in. But that's to be expected. It's the family car. I got to make sure it's 100% okay because it drives my wife and kids around whenever whenever they're driving. So of course that one has to be well taken care of, guys. But transportation costs, I bought before I came into town to film this video today, I filled up. It was $4.12 a gallon for regular gas. $4.12 a gallon for regular gas. So typical oil changes probably under 100 bucks. Typical fill-ups, filling your gas tank up with gas right now at the time of this video, $4.12 a gallon. And my little get around town car has 11-gallon tanks. So that was roughly 50 bucks, probably 50 bucks on that one. So you know the price of gasoline. And then the big family car, getting maintenance done on it, guys. That's, I'm gonna say just the oil change would have been 60 bucks, but they've always got something to add on. And since it's my family car, I don't want to go cheap on that. I always want to make sure it's well taken care of. So probably 60 bucks on the main family car, probably 40 bucks on my little get around town car and for oil changes. And then if you live downtown, I'm serious, guys, you may not even need a car. So your transportation costs may be actually zero. You may not have any transportation costs whatsoever. I've got my main family car, my get around car, and then I've got an old truck all insured through USAA. Guys, and that runs me roughly 350 bucks right now. 350 bucks a month for a super gas efficient car, a family car that is, I'm just so blessed to have it. Like it's more car than we ever deserve, so I'm just blessed to have it. And then the old pickup truck that hauls our RV around, it's a killer awesome car. It's so cool. But 3 cars, 350 bucks a month for automobile insurance, and then tax. When you're thinking about moving to Oklahoma and thinking about living in Oklahoma, you want to take into account car tax, guys. So on the old pickup truck, I think it's like 30 bucks a year. On the family car and my gas efficient get around town car, guys, it's roughly 100 bucks a year to renew the tags. So automobile insurance, car tags, gasoline, and maintenance those are your costs when you're looking at moving to Oklahoma, so you can compare apples to apples. Like, I don't know if some states may be less expensive on automobile costs. There's a gnat. Did you guys see that? I don't know if some states might be less expensive on automobile costs than Oklahoma, but I want to bring to your attention the cost of automobile costs. And then also we tossed in the grocery cost, because you can get your groceries delivered when you're living in Oklahoma City, in the Oklahoma City metro area. So having your groceries delivered will eliminate your automobile costs if you live downtown and you just love everything around you. So I hope that helps when you're thinking about automobile costs and grocery costs when living in Oklahoma City, in the Oklahoma City metro area. All right, guys, that's it. What I'm gonna do now is I'll drive around the Capitol, and you guys will be able to see the Capitol, Oklahoma City. Beautiful campus, really beautiful campus. But that's it when we're talking about the cost of living in Oklahoma City. We talked about grocery costs, we talked about automobile costs, we talked about housing costs. Of course, you guys give me a call for all your real estate needs. The agents that I work with and I at eXp Realty, we absolutely want to earn your business and help you, and we've got your back when you're moving to Oklahoma City, in the Oklahoma City metro area. We talked about homeowners insurance cost, and we talked about utilities. So that's it. Healthcare costs, good question, good question. Healthcare costs, guys, I'm a combat vet and I'm a Native American. So for me and my kiddos, we have almost no healthcare costs. So if you guys are Native Americans, reach out to me, absolutely, so I can get you connected with your tribe. You might be able to get free medical here in the state of Oklahoma. That would be a huge cost savings for you, potentially, okay? It's up to the tribe and your degree of Native American blood, your degree of how much Native American you are, you know, that's all dependent. But for my wife, whenever she goes to the doctor, it's like, we pay cash. So I think it's 60 bucks a visit just to get a checkup, because we pay cash. And then her medicine, we never have to get anything crazy for her for medicine wise. So we don't have any crazy medical bills for medicine. The doctor usually just says, hey, get some rest, eat your chicken noodle soup and eat your vitamin C and you'll be good. So when it comes to medical costs, that's the medical costs when you're living in Oklahoma City, in the Oklahoma City metro area. Guys, if you enjoyed today's video, give it a thumbs up, share it to all your friends. We're here to help you with all your real estate needs, and I can't wait to see you guys on the next video. Let's go drive around the Capitol together. All right, if I get pulled over by the Capitol Police, don't worry, I'll include it. Let's go drive around the Capitol, guys. Now that we went over all those stats, let's get to know the Capitol grounds just a little bit. The cool thing about this Capitol ground, guys, is it's the largest. It is the largest Oklahoma City oil exploration find in all of Oklahoma City. Double check it, I could be wrong, you know, fact checkers, you know, put your comments down below, but I believe it is the largest find of oil in all of Oklahoma City. So pretty crazy on that aspect, being the largest find of oil in Oklahoma City. So right in front of us, guys, of course, is the Capitol to our left, but right in front of us right there, that's the historical center, guys. They've got lots of cool stuff, even online. So if you're a history nut and you love everything about history, check out the Oklahoma History Center. They've got webcasts, webinars all the time. They've got all sorts of information about Oklahoma and the Oklahoma City and the state of Oklahoma when it comes to history and cool things like that. Right there to the right, you see that right there to the right? That's the History Center. And so if you keep going straight, we're going to circle around the Capitol, but if you keep going straight, there's all sorts of cool restaurants and things along Lincoln Boulevard that are fun. And then as we're circling around the Capitol, what you guys are going to see, okay, I wanted to make sure I got the right road. As we circle around the Capitol, what you guys are going to see is, when we're going south, is the OU Medical Center. The OU Medical Center and everything that they have. And I'll go ahead and take you guys by the OU Medical Center so you can get a feel for that too, especially all you med students and anyone who's getting ready to move to Oklahoma City in the Oklahoma City metro area. Okay, perfect. So you guys see downtown right there, the downtown skyline. Isn't that beautiful? And then all of this to my left right here, guys, is all of the state of Oklahoma departments. So all the state of Oklahoma departments are right there to the north of the state capitol that we just passed, and then there's the state capitol campus right there. Isn't that a good looking state capitol? Wasn't that state capitol super intimidating when you were standing right outside the doors? Wasn't that a pretty intimidating experience, standing right outside those doors of the state capitol on the cost of living portion of the video? Yeah, it really was. God, it's such beautiful weather today, guys. I really wish you could be here enjoying this weather with me today. The outside temperature says that it's 84 degrees, guys, but it feels amazing. I love it. There's a light breeze going on. I love it. So we're heading southbound on Lincoln Boulevard now, guys. We're going to pass the Oklahoma Bar Association right there. So all you attorneys moving to the state, that's where you're going to want to go to get information on bringing your license active here in Oklahoma. You've got Lincoln Park District over there. Lincoln Park District, you got some ultra luxury, built in the 20s, 30s style homes, 1900 style homes over in that neighborhood right there. That's a very expensive, very affluent neighborhood. It's on both sides of the street actually too. You got Lincoln Park also over there, Lincoln Terrace over there, Capitol Hills, I believe. All sorts of affluent downtown, historic homes just south of the Capitol. And then over here to our left is the OU Medical Center, guys. And this is where they make doctors here in the state. They make dentists, they make ear doctors, they make eye doctors. They've got all sorts of doctors and nurses. The nursing school is downtown here too in the Oklahoma City, what I call the medical district of Oklahoma City. So that is OU Medical right there, and OU Children's is right down there too. Lots of advances in medicine. The veterans, the VA hospital is down there also. So that's today's cost of living video, guys, and I wanted to show you how walkable everything is here when you're living right downtown in Oklahoma City. And like I said, for groceries, just order them off Kroger's, order them off Amazon, Whole Foods. Just have them delivered right to your door. Easiest thing in the world. If you enjoyed today's video, guys, consider subscribing to the channel, giving the video a thumbs up, and for all your real estate needs, give me a call, shoot me an email, or book an appointment down below. That way I can connect you with the right agent and help you accomplish your real estate goals. I'll see you guys on the next video.